In an exclusive interview, the chairman of the GOP-controlled congressional panel investigating January 6th, Representative Loudermilk, talks about the process he's following to release the video footage from that day. When America's John Hines has more from Capitol Hill.
There's footage out now.
Yes.
I heard that Kevin McCarthy released footage. Now I've heard that the new speaker, Mr. Johnson, has released footage. I know you put some footage out. It seems like all the footage should be out now, so I'm kind of wondering, why do we keep getting more footage, and what's the difference between the footage that McCarthy put out and the footage that you are putting out?
Well, the plan was to release more and more. In fact, we had already put up a public viewing room with the plans. This is before McCarthy was removed as speaker. Literally, it was going to go into effect within a day or two of the week that, it was going to be the week that he actually got ousted. But because this is a select committee that reports directly to the speaker, without a speaker, we were put on pause, and we lost all that time that we didn't have a speaker.
Gotcha.
So we couldn't put anything out there. Speaker Johnson wanted to, step it back up and try to recover from some of the lost time and get more video out there. It takes time, because the video is in a closed circuit television, security camera format. To get it out on the internet, it all has to be converted. We also want to protect the privacy of certain individuals, especially those who are innocent, who may have been here at the Capitol. They didn't do anything wrong. Mm-hmm. There are insurrection hunters out there that want to go and like, for instance, one of the people that visited my office was in this room right here on January 5th, did absolutely nothing wrong. But the January 6th committee let his name out, and he got fired from a job, even though he didn't do anything wrong. So there are people out there that, if you were here in January 6th, in their mind, you're guilty of something. So we want to protect innocent people. So we're taking efforts to, if there's close-ups, external cameras where you've got some people just standing out there, we want to make sure that they're protected. If you did something wrong, and that's a different story. But we also have some deaths that happened here. Mm-hmm. A young lady from my district was trampled to death on the steps.
Roseanne Boylan.
That's right, and her death is on one of the cameras. I think her family ought to have some say if they want the world to see her daughter, their daughter, go through that. So there's some things that we want to be sensitive of, but yet we want as much full transparency, and so that's what the speaker wants. So we're doing it in tranches because it's taking an extensive amount of manpower to get the videos converted into the format. And as of yesterday, Rumble is now hosting. One of the other issues that we had is, if someone with an IT background is, if you're going to put 44,000 hours of very bandwidth intensive data, you better have the servers and the bandwidth to handle it. And just doing it on our website from the committee, that was going to be a disaster. Mm-hmm. And so we immediately started looking for a platform that could host it, was willing to host it, and so we went live with Rumble last night.
So they go to Rumble, and if they go to Rumble, what would they see? How much footage can they see?
So we've put the entire 24 hours of one camera up there so far.
Okay.
So there was, and so as we get the process of converting, and we're in the process of hiring more staff right now. And that's one thing I'll give a lot of credit to Speaker Johnson, as he basically called me in and he said, "What do you need? We're going to get it for you."
Wow.
So we're literally in the middle of interviewing and hiring staff, some just to work on, and they'll just be dedicated to getting these videos out there.
My impression of Mike Johnson is that he's a creature of the Judiciary Committee, and he's very comfortable with investigatory activities. Is that your impression?
Oh yeah, definitely. And so he understands why we need certain things that we need. So you don't have to go through extensive justification, but he also appreciates confidentiality as well. And there's a lot of stuff, I've talked to you, I've talked to other media outlets as we've been going through this, but it's been kind of selective, because there's a lot of confidentiality. If you've got an informant, and the first thing you do is you run to the press and tell them everything, you may lose that informant, but more importantly, you're probably not going to get any more. And so we've been very protective of certain people to get information, but we're to the point right now where you're going to be hearing more and more about what we're doing.
Sir, it's a pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
It's
John.
always good to talk to
Anytime.
you. It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.